Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to Saturday Morning Real. I am so excited to have you here. Why? Because you could have been anywhere else. So I am excited that you decided to join us this morning. Well, you know, April is winding down. This month, our series has been Peer Pressure Will Derail That Blueprint. So we have today and then Tuesday, and we're off to another series. But that's important. Peer pressure will derail that blueprint. You know, we all should have a plan for our lives and be going along our journey. Hopefully, we have our values, our ethics, and our own character. But how many know that sometimes that negative peer pressure will come crashing in and derail what you have worked so hard to plan? So it's important that you do certain things. So we're going to talk about something this morning that I hope will inspire you to make sure that you're doing what you need to do in your life to follow your plans and your values and ethics. But first, I would like to say thank you so very much to all of our fans out there. Because of you and your commitment to build your best life, taking the time out to pray for us, come on here and then like, comment, and share. It is inspirational. So thank you so very, very much. Now, this morning, the topic that I have, and I know you've heard these words coined before, but misery loves company. Misery loves company. And that is a true statement. I don't know if you've ever thought about it, but it is a true statement. So, no matter what is going on, life is going to happen. Yes, life is going to happen. There's one person that controls what's going on from day to day within the universe. So life is going to happen. It doesn't matter what we go through in life in different situations, but how we handle them. I'm going to say that again. You might want to put that in the chat. It doesn't matter what we go through in life, but how we handle those things. We can pray, let go, and let God, and then wait. And chances are things will be better. I'm going to give you some scenarios of where I'm going with this and where I want you to think along the lines of, just imagine you were cut off in traffic and you came within an inch of losing your life. You just don't know how that semi missed you. You cannot stop thinking, what if I had reached that point 2 seconds earlier, 2 seconds later? I might not be here. But you keep thinking about it. Your mom will allow you to go to the mall with your friends. You tossed and turned all night thinking about how unfair she is. Your other friends can do whatever they want, but your mother has certain parameters that she won't let you do. But that continues to worry you, and it just bothering you. You have been unemployed for 3 years. You get the interview that you have been waiting for. You go and you do the interview, but in your heart of hearts, you keep replaying that interview over and over in your head saying, I blew it. I know I blew it. And you don't even wait to see the outcome of the interview. You just living in the fact that I blew it. I know I don't have a job. Someone sends you a text, and the words in that text, the way you interpret them anyway, are so hurtful. You don't call and talk about it or ask the person what did they mean, what had you done, but you keep thinking about that message. You keep reading it to see, did I read it correctly? But the pain just grows. You continue to think about that. If any of these sound familiar, you have chosen to keep it inside. But then you may say, hey, this is just bothering me. I can't take it any longer. I'm going to share it with someone. So you decide that you are going to share whatever with someone. And how many know, like I said before, misery loves company. So you tell them, and you keep telling them, I almost came within an inch of losing my life. But you just keep saying it. You don't say, oh, thank God he spared my life, and leave it at that. But you keep going to these people and you keep saying those things. Oh, I had an interview, but I'm not going to get the job because I blew the interview. Wow. It's just all up in you. You're telling these people these negative things. You tell somebody about the text you got. Yeah, I thought we were friends. I thought we were down, but they sent me this text, and you just keep talking about it. You talk about it for 30 minutes. Again, misery loves company. And there's a name for this. Psychologists call it co-rumination. Co-rumination. That's rehashing negative actions or words with others. Rehashing negative words or actions with others, and you're pulling them into it, and you just keep doing it over and over and over and over. And I mean, it's not going to make you feel any better, but you join these people into it, and they are loving it. They are loving it. They're eating it up. Put the word in the chat. It's called co-rumination. Co-rumination. Now, if you continue to do this a lot, think about it. We are what we think. So if you keep hashing these negative things over and over and over and over, you may find yourself in a place where you don't want to be. There is a better way to handle hurt, disappointment, and misunderstanding. Now, I guess you say, well, sometimes you want to have a conversation with someone. I just say, I was almost in an accident and, I keep it moving. But you're saying now, co-rumination, misery loves company. How am I supposed to know if I'm just having a conversation or I'm going into this place that can be detrimental, could actually cause depression and anxiety? Well, I'm glad you asked. I'm going to give you some signs that it is co-rumination instead of just talking about it and letting it go. First, you have to start by recognizing the difference in the two. When you just share information, that's ruminating, and that's fine. You're just sharing and you keep it moving. Telling others about your thoughts and experiences is a good way to build closeness and trust in a relationship. So having a conversation with someone, there's nothing wrong with that. And chances are it may be something that you don't want repeated. So therefore, you know who you can trust and who you can't with confidential information. So it is very helpful. But if you find yourself talking about the same experiences over and over and over again, and they are tied to emotions. So if you're telling it and you're angry as you tell it, I don't know what that semi was doing, but I came almost, Angie was losing my life, and what would have happened to my husband? What would have happened to my kids? And you're just going on and on and on. And you're just causing anxiety. You read the text, and instead of you calling and finding out, did you read it correctly? Because how many know with this self-correcting stuff now, you better read those texts 2 and 3 times. Because you type something and they think you meant something else, it changes it. And I'm like, what? Whew, I'm glad I reread this. So if you're in a hurry, don't use text, call. But then you begin to say, oh, they just jealous of me. That's why they said this. And you may have interpreted it incorrectly, but you got strong emotions tied to those things that you're saying that has hurt you, disappointed you, and you just going over and over and over. So that is a sign of co-rumination, 1. So you don't want to do that. And then you think, if like I said, if you found someone that you can discuss things with and you trust them, then that's somebody you can rely on and go to. So think about it. Is it ruminating or is it co-rumination? So is this something new that I'm talking about them, but am I still talking about that semi? Or am I talking about something else? Man, we went home yesterday. My neighbors had taken down the old fence. Somebody was putting up a new fence. Why? It was all up in my yard. I had to go and pull my diagram of my plot of my house, and they were putting that's something different, right? So ask yourself that. Is it a new problem? Is one thing. And then have I talked about this before? Okay, those are the 2 different things. Ask yourself, am I speculating about things that have yet to happen? Remember the scenario about the job interview? That person doesn't know how they did on the interview. They may have aced it. Because people that are interviewing you, they should take into account that you may be nervous. You haven't worked in 3 years or 3 months, and so you're anxious, and this is a job that you really want. It's a job that you need. So they may take that into consideration, and you say you bombed it. What does that mean? You may have aced it, but you're worried about it. You're talking to this person, you're talking to that person, you're just saying it over and over. You don't call them as soon as you got out the door, you called them. You called them that evening, you called them early the next morning. You just saying the same, it's the same problem because you're seeing it as a problem. You talked to them about it before, you got two strikes right there. And then you don't even know how the interview went. You speculated. There's three strikes right there. You are out. You are out. You are cold ruminating. Get over that. Get over it. All right. Ask yourself, do I have new information that I haven't shared or discussed? So it'd be different if, as you were walking out of the door and they said, okay, we'll be in contact. We have other people to interview, but we're looking to make a decision in the next 2 days. So you should be hearing something back soon. And you say, thank you very much. You close the door and you walk back in. And they said, did you see? And you like stalling, you like, forgot my briefcase. Or forgot whatever. So if they said something that puts another alarm into you, then that's additional information that may make you think, oh, I bombed it. But you don't know what they're saying. I've interviewed people and they may perhaps apply for one job, but based on their interview, we saw things on the interview team that, hey, we're not going to offer them the job that they posted for. We're going to offer them another job, something higher. So again, are you speculating? So you can run yourself into being anxious. You can make yourself depressed because this was my last straw. I needed that job. Oh, my family, I just don't know. Overnight, because you are speculating. You don't know what's going to happen. I'm going to tell you why all of this is so important, because you may be sitting there saying, I never heard about this. It's a new word, co-rumination. Why is it so important? Why is she talking about this? I'm going to tell you why. Because it can be harmful, as I mentioned earlier. And I'm going to tell you in different ways. But if you just joined us this morning, we are talking about misery loves company. And it's okay when something goes wrong in your life, or a situation comes up, to discuss that with someone that you trust. Talk about it, you're done. But when you get angry, you get emotional, you start to get depressed as you talk about it over and over and over. It runs into cold rumination, and you don't want to do that because it can be harmful. It can be harmful. So one of the things that it can impact is your mental health. Your mental health. Your mental health is fragile. Sometimes we go along and something happens and we keep it inside and we don't discuss it with that person that we trust. We don't seek out a therapist or someone to talk to. And it's eating us up inside. And then we begin to get depressed, anxious. We may stop eating. We may start just eating everything, popping sodas and snack cakes and chips and stuff, because that's how we're coping with the anxiety. So know that it can impact your mental health. And then, like as I stated then, it can also impact your physical health, because if one of your ways to combat stress is to eat sweets and chips and all kind of snacks like that, then you can actually cause yourself to gain an exorbitant amount of weight. You can cause too much sugar to be in your system, so you can cause yourself to go into stage 2 diabetes. So you have to be very, very careful. It can impact your relationships. Okay, because who really, even if it's your friend, even if it's your significant other, even if it's your children, Who wants to hear you talk about that same thing over and over and over and over and over? They've listened, they've really listened, they let you get it out. They've even, say, well, maybe you need to pray about it. Well, that's good. You didn't burn in an accident. Just thank God. You can go on to the next thing because he brought you through it safely. So you don't want people to, kind of dodge you. Oh, my phone ringing again now. I done heard about that job 2 times Wednesday, yesterday, early this morning. I just can't do it again. You want people to answer that call when you call them because you mostly text. So when you call, they should know, hey, I need them. I need them now. I need them. Can you please pick up? Let it go and work on a particular occurrence that is something that you can work on. That job. You know what, God? I've been out without a job for this long. I've prayed. You sent me on that interview. And if it's the job that you have for me, I got it. Even if I stumble, I got it. I'm going to stop worrying. I'm going to wait till I get that email, that phone call, or whatever. And just let it be. Because why waste time on something that you don't have any control over? You can't tell them who to select for the job. You have no control over that. So you just got to wait, right? So why are you stressing? You got to wait. You apply for promotion. You got to wait. I know God's going to work in my favor. So if I don't get it, I know it's a reason, right? And then when you're talking about somebody, find a rational thinking person. Someone that, again, is going to keep that conversation confidential, but they are a person that's not just negative. And so they're going to find the positive in the situation or give you tips on how you can proceed in a positive manner, not to drain yourself, not to make yourself sick over what you cannot control. And that's what you want. And if it's really, really something that's bad, talking to that person and worrying about it is not going to assist you. If it's really something that has devastated you, you cannot get over it, your friend can't help you, you are praying about it, but it's still bothering you, you may need a therapist. And that's okay. There is nothing wrong with having a therapist or a counselor. I know years and years ago, people kept that kind of thing in town secret. They didn't want anybody to know I'm talking to somebody. I was looking at Daily Blast yesterday, my therapist. No, there's no harm in it. If you need to talk to someone, a therapist, at least when you're talking to that therapist, they're not going to go out blabbing it, right? You're talking to someone and they're being paid to listen, so they're going to listen. That might be the one for you to talk to. So think about that. And this is the one I like. Spend time meditating and reflecting on the situation. Yes. Lord, I need that job, but it's in your hands. I just thank you. And then you can start praying for somebody else. Someone that is going through a situation. They lost a loved one. They have a chronic illness. They just got diagnosed. But spend that time meditating and reflecting. That's going to help you. I love it. And as my friend Anita got us all amped up with these affirmations, find some affirmations that you can say, read to make you feel better. Those affirmations will pump you up. I'm here to tell you they are wonderful. But find something that's going to ease it. If getting an inspirational book and reading that will help, do that. But whatever is going to ease you and make you feel more comfortable. Don't hold on to it, keeping it inside. Let it go. Let it go. See those raised hands? Let it go. It's so much better when you let it go. Don't fall into that trap of cold rumination. Don't do it. That's another negative. And that person that you're talking to may be that peer that's going to push you over the edge because they're not going to take it and turn it around and make it a positive and make you feel better. They're going to go right along with it because misery loves company. Oh, yeah, black. No, you don't need that. You don't need naysayers. Don't do it. Okay? So I know this was a new word. It was a new topic, but I know you've heard misery loves company. So I hope that something that I said resonated. It'll be helpful to you, someone you know, a loved one, a friend, a co-worker. Please, please, please like, comment, and share. Like I told you before, I love it when you like, comment, and share. It really blesses me when you do that. So take those situations by the horn and sling them out of the way. Sling them out of the way. You got this. I love it, love it, love it. And make sure you check out my website, www.buildyourbestlife.org. You know the drill, blogs, my services. And hey, I'm super excited. 5th annual Mothers and Sons seminar is right around the corner. Those dates and the speakers are already out there in the calendar. It begins on Monday, May 6th. Check it out. And you know the services that I offer: coaching, consultations, counseling, speaking, webinar speaking, and you can get a copy of my book. So please check out my website. I love, 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 love y'all. Please tune in Tuesday for another Blueprint for Success. Our guest speaker on Tuesday, April the 30th, is Elder James Terrell from Jacksonville, Florida. And our topic is deal or no deal. Deal or no deal. Please tune in. I think you will enjoy our topic, deal or no deal. So again, thank you all so very much for tuning in today. Because as I stated earlier, you could have been anywhere else, but you decided to join us. And I love it, love it, love it. As you know, this year we are declaring Jeremiah 29:11 over your lives. God knows the plans he has for you. He wants what? Put it in the chat. Put it in the chat before I say it. Come on, I want to say it. Prosperity and the future that you hope for. He wants you to have it all. So please make sure that you design your blueprint for success based on the plans that God has for you, and then that you work on them and follow them so that you can build your best life. And remember, building your best life is our business. That's not a slogan. It's our commitment. I love you. Be blessed. Stay safe. I hope to see you Tuesday, April 30th, for our last talk on the session of peers can derail that blueprint. And also put it in your calendars about Mothers with Sons seminar that's beginning May 6th. So take care. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. And I will be looking for you on Tuesday now. Bye-bye.